Hey y'all, just want to do a quick gameplay video of Starfront Scouting Academy. This is Parker. I'm here with my wife Ashley. We're gonna just do a quick two-player game to show you how the game works. We're gonna be just running through the gameplay with the assumption that you guys have taken a look at the rulebook already. So I'll do a quick overview before we get started. But like I said, I'm just gonna assume that you've already done a glance at the rulebook and are familiar with it. Yeah, so in Starfront, we are Academy students trying to advance our skills in planetary exploration. So first things first, go ahead and name your cadet. My cadet's name is Doreen. She is the great-granddaughter of the famous Dora the Explorer. She's carrying on the mantle of exploration into the future. You've got the foreign exchange student over there.
His name is Vandal.
Yeah, like Randall, but an alien. Cool. All right. So what we're going to be doing in the game is we're going to be using these special remote reconnaissance equipment to scout the planet's surface on the map here. Each of the remote equipment goes into a specific terrain type. We're going to be using these dice that are rolled and randomly placed during setup on the squares here. The white dice out here are called the outer dice, and the black dice in the middle is the scout dice. He's essentially a wild dice, and he can go into any of the terrain. That's scout down here. He's your robotic canine companion. So the quick overview of how you do the dice generation, each of the terrains has a specific way to generate a number. The forests, you add 2 dice together. The dune, you subtract 2 dice from each other. The mountain, you add 5 to 1 dice. And then the river, you take any 1 dice or any 2 matching dice. All of the dice are a part of 2 terrains. So this top dice up here is part of the mountains and the dunes. This one on the right is part of the dunes and the forests, etc. So when you are calculating for a terrain claim, you can use any of the 3 dice that are a part of that terrain. So easy peasy, just a little bit of simple maths to generate your terrains. So on your turn, you're going to pick a terrain, generate a number, mark it on the planet sheet. Each spot can be marked only once, so you're going to be vying for the most strategic spots. Once you've done that, you're going to record what you've done over here. So you'll mark a tally for the number you just did. You'll mark what terrain you just marked. You'll notate if you completed any patterns, and then you will take care of the end of mission scoring at the end of the mission. So that is the basic overview. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so since you're the one who normally does the map app while we're driving around town, you can go ahead and take the first turn.
Yep, I'm gonna take these 2 5s. I'm gonna take this one and this one.
And so whenever dice are put back on there, they're put back in ascending clockwise order. So the 2 and then 6. Okay. I've got a soft spot for the rover, so I always take the forest as my first move. That helps with some of the analysis paralysis for me with this full open grid. So I'll take an 8. Let's just slap it right here. So I'll take an 8 tally mark. do an X on the forest, and then re-roll the dice that I used. Alright, and then back in ascending clockwise order, and now it's back to Ashley.
Okay, I'm gonna do this 4 and the 3 for a 7. I'm gonna cross off my scout dice and my 7.
Nice. That sounds like a good idea. I'm gonna also take a 7, since you so graciously re-rolled it as the same number. So, 7. Okay, so that opens up a circle for me on the forest, which means on a subsequent turn, I now have a forest terrain action available to me. Which it looks like, since Ashley already took 2 river spaces, she already has the river open as well. So back over to you.
I'm going to do 5 plus 3 for 8.
Dang it. That's what I wanted. Okay. So on your turn, you can use a terrain action before you claim something. So I'm gonna fill in this circle to use a forest terrain action. This lets me mark the same number and terrain again. So whatever number I generate, I can take it twice. So I'm gonna use the scout dice in the mountain to generate a 7 mountain. So I will take this one, and then with the forest ability, I will take another mountain 7, which means I will do 2 tally marks in 7 and 2 marks in the mountain terrain. Oh, and since I used the scout dice, I will also mark the dice down there on my sheet. Oh, that's a lot of 6s. Back to you.
Okay, I'm gonna claim these 2 6s. So I'm gonna cross off my scout dice. And I'm going to take this one and this one. So that's 2 rivers, 2 6s.
And you marked out your scout dice.
I did.
Okay, cool. Okay. I'm gonna take a 7 in the forest. So I'll take this one up here. So that does a tally mark in my 7s, an X on my forest, an X on a scout dice, and it also completes a pattern. So it's a 4 in a row diagonal. So I will circle the first place trophy for that one. Looks like Ashley already saw what I was doing, so she crossed off the first place trophy for that. She can still complete that pattern at any point during the game, but she will just circle the second place trophy instead. Go ahead and reroll those. Put those back. And back to you. This marker is dying.
All right, I'm gonna do 4 plus 2 is 6. That gives me this and this.
Okay. All right, I'll take a 6 and a 6 in the river since they're matching. I'll take this 6 and this one here. So if you're ever searching for a specific number, oh, and that was a scout dice. So if you're ever searching for a specific number, I don't know if I mentioned this already, the diagonals are all rows of the same number. So starting in the middle, it's 0s, 9s, 8s, 7s, and then going the other way, it's 1s, 2s, 3s. So that's just a helpful little tip to find the specific numbers you're looking for. And that's the same across all of the maps. It's just the terrain types that changes.
All right, I'm gonna take the 4 and the 4 for 8.
I'll take an 8. Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna take my river action, which lets me swap any 2 outer dice. So I'm gonna swap 6 and this 4 and claim this 4 for a 9.
I will also take a 9 mountain.
Okay, I'm gonna take this 3.
Man, that's a lot of 6s. Okay. Let's see. use my mountain action to set a dice to any side. So I'll set this to a 5. So 5 plus 5 for the mountain is 10. You drop the 1, so it is a 0. So a mountain 0 right here. What is with all these 6s?
I'm gonna clear out these 2 6s and take a 0.
Okay. You're out of control.
Need a dice tray.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna get rid of some 6s.
I thought I was too.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Wow. I'm really just letting you get away with building out an entire row. I really need to finish these patterns though. So Ashley thinks she's being sneaky, doing this entire column for herself. So the end game is triggered when one side is connected to the other, whether that's the top to the bottom or the left to the right or a corner to corner. So she's trying to rush the end game before I can finish any more patterns. But
You also get a point for every mark in the line that finishes the game. And since you have no marks in that line, I would get all of those points.
yeah, so she would get a solid 10 points. So I'm debating whether or not I want to slap some numbers in there, or just try to finish the patterns that I'm working on. Because I can try to sabotage, because I can see what numbers she needs to.
You can do your best.
I will try.
But just know that I have a plan.
Let's... Okay, let's do a 9 mountain here. Okay, back to you.
Okay, I'm gonna claim this 1.
Yep. Yeah, so there's a lot of different ways that you can lean in this game, especially if you want to be aggressive, like Ashley is being right now. Man, I really need... So I'm going to use a mountain action to set a dice to any side. I'm going to set this to a 4 and take it for the river. So that completes the 4x4 square pattern. So bloop, 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 bloop. So go ahead and mark out an X on that one. I did not take a tally mark for that. I did mark. Did I mark? I've got 1, 2, 3 rivers. I did not mark that. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, back to you. Yeah, that's another great thing about upkeep with this game is if you need to double check if you have all of your marks correct, you could just look at like your terrain thing and then just count, like I have 1, 2, 3 rivers, I have 1, 2, 3 marks, perfect. Or I have 1, 2, 3, 4 sevens, I've marked 1, 2, 3, 4 sevens.
I'm going to take my mountain action, which lets me set a dice to any number. So I'm going to change this one to a 4.
Don't do it.
I'm going to take this one.
So yeah, like the accounting is pretty easy to double check. A 5.
See where that gets you.
Not very far because I need totally different numbers than that. Oh yeah, you only have 1 more that you need. Just looking to see what power actions you have. Why'd you have to roll such a high number? Yeah, because even if I swap those dice around, I can't get to that number that I need. Man. Okay. I'll just have to take what I can, I guess. I'll use the mountain action to set this to a 4 and take that as a 9. And just hope that this doesn't re-roll for you to take that 2. Yeah. Yeah, so a 9 right here. 9. That's my last of the forests. And that does complete my 3x3 diamond pattern. Does that? Great roll, because I don't think that you can take that 2 now. Okay, back
It's
to
only a matter of time.
Well, yeah, but right, because you don't have any more mountain
Let's say 5
actions.
plus 2 is 7.
Your river action can only swap them, and you don't have anything that could subtract into a 2. Okay. Okay. I've got time. Not much time, but oh no. Oh. Why is this one number so hard to get to? I will take a 3 river. Does that give you what you need? I don't think so. So the dice rolls have just kind of been in my favor, keeping her from getting that Dune 2. She really just needs to pluck up a mountain so that she can just take the power action though, but I don't
I'm
know.
gonna take the 7.
That gives you a pattern as well.
It does?
Yeah, the 3x3 square.
Oh, so it does. Right?
Yeah, the 7, 9, 7, and 5. The 3x3 square, not the 4x4.
Which means you need to cross yours off.
Oh, I didn't get that one already? Oh, shoot. Good call. Okay. You rolled the number I needed. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna use my river action to swap 2 dice. I'm gonna swap this one and this one. And then I'm gonna take a 3 forest, which is very hard to make, apparently. So I will get this guy. So 3, my forest is complete already. So what that does is complete my pattern. So I've got 9, 8, 7, 0, 3. That is this 5th pattern, the V. So I'm going to cross that one out. And they can be mirrored and rotated, so that's why it's a V, but I've got it as an A. Sweet. That was literally all I needed to do before you got your Dune 2, which I don't know if you can do yet.
All right, set any dice to one number.
Yeah, you can do it now.
So 6 minus 4 is 2.
Well, that feels good that I was able to pull that out before.
Sweet.
Yeah. Cool. All right, so let's move on to final scoring. I'm just gonna check the camera and make sure we're in frame.
We've had so many technical difficulties while filming this.
So many technical difficulties. Oh, so we will just move the equipment sheet out of the way. Scooch these together. Okay, because you still need the map sheet to see. Okay, so Ashley closed out the game by connecting the top to the bottom. So we'll now go through scoring. We'll start up here in the numbers section. So the way that the numbers work is you get majority scoring for the number of tally marks in 1 to 3, 4 to 6, and 7 to 0. In a 2-player game, you're gonna ignore the second prize points. It's just the first place points. So how many tallies do you have in 1 to 3?
3.
Okay, so did you get that one? How many do you have in 4 to 6?
6.
Oh, geez. Okay, so you get that one. How many do you have in 7 to 0?
6.
Okay, I have more than 6, so I'll get that one. Okay, so go ahead and put your total right there. All right, so for the terrains, you get 3 points if you marked 4 of a certain type, or you get 5 points if you marked all 5 of that type. So for your mountains, you got 3 points. For your rivers, you got 5. For your dunes, you got nothing. And for your forests, you got nothing. Okay. For my mountains, I got 5. For my rivers, I got 3. And for my forests, I got 5. So I got 13. Okay, and then patterns, you just score whatever you got there. So 5 plus 6 is 11, plus 6 is 17, plus 8 is 25. Okay. All right, so we'll go to end of mission scoring. So if you'll look at your biggest orthogonally connected group, so orthogonally is just the opposite of diagonally, so anything that is connected next to each other. So your biggest group is this conglomerate here, so basically all of the marks that you made. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then my biggest group is this blob right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. The player with the biggest group gets an extra 3 points, so that would be you. 1 point per mark in the line that finishes the game, so you get all 10 of those points, and I get 0. Womp womp. I hope my patterns were worth it. 1 per terrain action that you circled but didn't use. So I got 1, 2, 3. And then 1 per scout box that you did not use. 2. Okay, so go ahead and just add all of your scores from everything. I would not blame you for using a calculator. It is early in the morning when we're recording this. Okay. What'd you end up at? Yeah. Wow, that was really close.
That was close.
Yeah, so end score was 58 to 60. So turns out that the patterns came in clutch. But had I burned any more of those terrain spaces, it may have been a different story. But cool. Yeah, thanks for watching. I hope this answered any lingering questions that you may have had from the rulebook. If you have any additional questions, let me know. Reach out on social media at Shiny Pigeon Games, or on our website, or by emailing me at parker@shinypigeongames.com. But yeah, thanks for watching and have fun.